Alright, I don't know what episode this is. I'm sick again. Third time this year. Fourth time this year. I do want to talk about something that has been weighing on me. Because I feel like I'm really good at sending voice memos to people. I've been doing that a lot recently, but it's easier to talk when I'm in the moment. So maybe it's a good idea to talk about something that I feel in the moment and then just compile them all together. That'd be great because I would be very enthusiastic about it. But something that has got to me recently is uh, it's more of a perspective thing and a personality thing. When someone says one thing and shows over time that they really do care about you, and then out of nowhere, that action goes away, it feels very rough because you feel like you had all this trust in this person, and you start to think you're overthinking. And I shouldn't bring this up because I'm just making it dramatic and I could just blow it off. But realistically, that person made you feel some type of way. They made you feel shitty or whatever. And you were hurt. So there's no reason not to bring it up. And you might come off as the whiny guy, bringing it up every time you feel that sort of way. But if you have to keep bringing it up, it really means something. I personally have had this issue with a bunch of people. I'm sure people have this issue with me too, and I really wish people would bring it up if it was an issue, because I don't know, because I don't notice that when it's me, because obviously it's me. I'm pretty oblivious to stuff like that, because usually I don't know. I just don't feel like I do it. Now, forgive me because I'm sick and trying to be healthy. I need to sip this to feel okay. Anyways, tastes like ass. When someone makes you feel that kind of way, it's better to rip the bandaid now. Take the burn now. Put yourself in that uncomfortable situation now, than to live in silence and be like, oh, well, I'll just deal with it. I'll just deal with it. And this also kind of ties into conversation I had the last couple episodes. It's like, is it worth my time? In my case, yes. The person that I experiencing this with, yes. I love him very much. He's a very close friend. Um, but I've had the convo before. So it feels like I'm being repetitive. So I'm kind of doing the waiting part and not pulling the band-aid. So it makes me kind of a hypocrite. But that's okay. Everyone does at their own pace. I still trying to find out if it's worth my time. I know like a minute ago I just said it was. But also, like I said a minute ago, I've tried multiple times. And yeah, it's better to pull the plug than to just stay in pain and live through it. Because it only has. What's going on around here? It only has benefit. Small burn in the beginning, but healing happens after. So, if you just. I know I'm just kind of dancing around the subject. It's a very tough subject for me. Pulling the plug, just do it. You know? Oh my god. I'm gonna pause. I apologize. Yeah, pulling the plug. it's very scary to be in that feeling, even at, a situation where you've been in multiple times. You're like, okay, I've done this with friends before. I've done this with other people. There's nothing for me to be scared about. But I am. I still am. And can you hear my pants? Oh, also rate the fit. This is my $35 fit. I'm going to give you a rundown. T-shirt, $5. Pants, $20. Shoes, $15. 20 plus 20, that's $40 fit. Never mind, my bad. And then runny nose, $0. It's okay to feel that way, and it sucks. It really does. But I mean, good people will phase in and out of your life. God, it's hot. Good people will phase in and out of your life. Even if you think that person is like, oh my God, the best person I've ever been friends with. Wait, what? Shit happens, bro. Like, I know myself. I've been very close with people, and then my life shifts. And I start acting different. And maybe it's not a bad different, but it's like maybe I become more of a positive person. This person is a little more negative. Or maybe I become a more negative person. This person is like super positive. So like, in a bad way, maybe I push them away. Whatever. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. But just because life happens doesn't mean you can't communicate. Communication is very key. You can't force other people to communicate. It is what it is. But if they mean something to you, they'll go out of their way to tell you that. And if they respect you enough, they will try to help you through it. I'm standing and sitting up so much because it's so goddamn hot. Yeah, dude, it'll all work out. I'm just kind of, I'm still thinking through it and trying to, like, coach myself as if I'm coaching someone else. And when I send voice memos, that's when I feel the best. And that's when I sound the best. And, it's just for me speaking in the moment from the heart. And I don't know if it's a good idea because I feel like I wouldn't get as much content out of it, but it would be more real because it'd be more of how I actually feel in the moment rather than just some random sit down and force myself to talk kind of thing. I think I'm gonna move locations because I'm anxious. Yeah, just think about the way someone makes you feel, and if it's, I don't know, my phone's getting hot. Give me a second. All right, sorry. That was my biggest lie and excuse ever. My phone was not that hot. There's just some dude walking by and I got anxious, but he was just singing to himself, and that's another example of how your mind just fucking takes over. But back to the subject. Everything starts with you. It really, like, because you learn from other things that you see, but when all you know is yourself and what's around you, you're around yourself the most. So if you're negative, you're gonna know negative. If you're happy, you're gonna be happy. Even if it is a little bit fake. That's what you're gonna be. Why am I walking out of frame? Start being vulnerable with yourself. Start being happy with yourself. Start being brave with yourself. And start pushing yourself. They say you're the sum of all the people that you're around. But in that average, you're in that average. And I know I'm just like thinking like, oh my God, deep thought. But no, it's really like you are the average. Because if you took yourself out of that situation, it'd be the average of those two people. And the answer would be different. So when you put yourself in that average, now the answer is different. I don't know what I'm hearing. I feel like I'm hearing a car, but I look over and there's nothing. Oh, it's a train. I'm going to be stuck here for a minute. Ah! There's a fucking bee on my drink. I'm going to leave my drink here. Be vulnerable with you. Like, I'll admit, fuck it, I'm the first to admit it. I'm facing a lot of insecurities lately. And I've been facing insecurities since I, could remember. But they've been so strong as of recent because the fact that I'm alone. It gives me time to be insecure, and it gives me time to overthink and be, I don't know, it's just like when you, I don't know, I'm just kind of spitting out now, spitting from the hip. There's always a reason to be insecure, but you got to remember your perspective is never right because you only know one perspective. Your perspective is the one in your head, and you have to realize that the way that you view a situation is not the way someone else views it. And the situation you think is awkward and stupid and maybe I look dumb, that's because that's how you perceived it. It doesn't mean it was dumb. It doesn't mean it was weird. And that doesn't mean people were actually staring at you like you thought they were. It doesn't mean that people are as, in the moment as maybe you're like 1,000% focused in the moment. And you're like, oh my God, everyone's staring at me. Everyone's focusing on me. But maybe they're not. And maybe that's just you. And maybe they're zoning out. And maybe you're freaking tripping, dude. I give you a second look at my foot. God damn. What's up with the camera? Fix the cameras, man. Try to get you lower. Like, I've mentioned it before because I'm a human of repetition. I'm a creature of repetition. Ryan Trahan. He went and he's doing exactly what I'm doing right now, but in front of like 40 people, and didn't know what he was gonna say. He just kind of bullshit his way. And look, 20 million subscribers later. And if that isn't enough, if that is not enough evidence to you that something can be done despite the audience, it's like people are gonna make fun of me no matter what. Even people that I know are gonna make fun of me. Like, it just feels so weird. And like, I know that if I looked at someone else doing exactly what I'm doing right now, holding my phone, burning my hand, I'd be like, what the fuck is he doing? And I still feel that way now. But it comes from a big insecurity, and you gotta think the way that they're thinking. I left my drink. I left my drink. I'm gonna go back for that. They have an insecurity if they're upset at what I'm doing and they think it's bad what I'm doing, or even if it is bad and they don't like it and whatever. It's like, who cares if they don't like it? And if I'm upset about that and I'm pushed away by that, it's just proof that it's an insecurity. And you just gotta move past it, man. Like, fuck, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck no matter what. Like me tripping over this thorn, it's gonna suck. You gotta embrace the suck. Thank you, Mr. Holiday, for that one. Look at the beautiful bridge. I get to live in the same timeline as this bridge. That's such a dumb thing to say, but I mean it with positivity. Me and this bridge get to live in the same world. Life is only as beautiful as you see it. One of my favorite quotes recently I've been telling people is life is as you are. And they always look at me like, okay, what does that mean? Okay, what does that mean? I'm like, dog, if you're negative, it's negative. If you're positive, it's positive. If you're beautiful, well, if you say it's beautiful, it's beautiful. If you got a little bit of shaving to do, that's your fault. Wait, that is my fault. But it's, I need to go get my monster. I left it over there and I hate littering. I left it and a wasp sat on it. I just found out Spotify has messaging now when I try to send someone a song. So that's new. I'm trying to like set myself up for like what I want to see, what I want to view. And whenever I film, I'm like, is this something I would watch back later? I have been watching George Salaba, if you know who that is. That is the, how do I explain him? He owns a car dealership, a luxury car dealership, and he literally just walks around like this, or with it clipped to his chest. We're selling this to a customer today, and they do like the live negotiation, and it's so interesting to me. It makes me want to do it. And I found out that the most interesting form of content for me is just documentation. Now, it doesn't have to be a documentary. It doesn't have to be scripted. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. But someone just showing the process of something, even if I don't want to do it. Like, I don't like car sales, but I do like appraising. I think appraising is cool, telling someone how much something is worth. But I like it. Like, real estate, if someone showed that process, and I think I would watch that. If someone's going to show me, even, okay, like, give it something boring, obviously the fun would die out a little bit faster, but if someone did a documentation on notary, I'd be like, oh my god, okay, interesting. Someone does stand there and watch you sign something. No way we pay them a couple $100 to do that. Dude, I inspected sewer for my last job. That was fun. I wasn't really documenting it. Well, I was. Yeah, you use a camera and you put it down a pipe. Kind of interesting. So, a little bit of documenting there. But my whole point is that I'm going to make it to the big league someday. No, I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for when I'm not sick and what I can push forward, but this is my diary. You don't realize that. Like, you're looking at my notebook. Like, if I wasn't saying this right now, I'd be writing it down. And I'm okay with that. I walked down here. I didn't drive my car down here. My car has been quite a few fender benders recently. That's a little update on my car. Someone backed into it. Someone opened their door on it. It got broken into all within the last 60 days. Yeah, this is more what I enjoy walking around doing this more than my job. Even though I love my job. So I'm pushing the narrative to myself to make momentum and just do what I can, because obviously I don't want this to blow up as much as my YouTube channel does, but it does make me excited when people say, hey, I watched that and I didn't feel like anyone else felt that, or I didn't feel like anyone else had the same, you're being very vulnerable, or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be super sentimental. Well, that sucks. I was recording that whole time. And I said so much. I was so passionate. And I literally just gave the secret code to living the perfect life. No, not. What I was saying is, for me, this means more to me than anything, because obviously I'd want, this is momentum for me. My dream isn't to do this forever, but my dream is to do this short term, to learn about myself, and Not that I don't love the attention, but I do think it would be great to do this and get a few 100,000 views and get paid off of it. Because even if I like covered my income that I currently make, then I'm already doing less for more money, I guess. And even if there's a lot of taxes involved, still, I think it is cool because I love talking to people and helping people, even if I suck at it. I feel like my not charisma really, but I guess my eagerness and my ambition to do so is a lot stronger. I definitely get anxious around people. Like, I haven't seen this. People left their car and they walked kind of into the distance, and I have not seen them since. And I have been on the lookout for them because I do not want them to be like, oh my god, he's recording. Also, check out the fit again. This is, I'm going to be straight up with you. These are from TikTok Shop. They say, don't ask my opinion, I don't care. I didn't know they said that before I got them, but it's kind of funny. Oh, you just give me an idea. I can make a TikTok out of this. This is not part of my fit. This is actually the microphone holder. There's nothing in there. Definitely not. I haven't been squatting enough. These are my $15 Air Forces. They're not fake Air Forces. I bought them off of Depop. They're a little bit yellow on the bottom. And then my $5 shirt. If you don't know, top to bottom, literally heaven sent t-shirts. One t-shirt costs as much as a Starbucks coffee, and I'm already getting Starbucks coffee every day. So this white tee, I wanted one for a formal event, and that was like $5. Of course, I'm just gonna buy another one because I already knew about them. This is $5. I wouldn't have bought it, and I've been wearing it, and it's one that closes around the neck, and it feels really good. It looks really good. Anyways, maybe I should make a TikTok about this. I keep buying stuff on TikTok, and I think it would be interesting to review it, even though I don't want to. I do want to be that guy. I do want to make money. Yeah. So this is my $40 fit. I'm waiting on a gold chain. And then what else? I think I bought something else from TikTok. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm happy to be living right now. Despite being sick, I'm feeling better after walking in circles for a bit. I'm a mover for sure. I'm definitely a mover. But if there's anyone you want on this podcast, I'd probably be doing the same thing. I'm kind of sick of the chairs. I've been seeing cute little mini chairs that I want to buy because I think it'd be funny, but I like this more. Like, this is my front camera. Usually I use my mirrorless camera and I sit it down, but I didn't have it this weekend, so I was like, when I do I can't really see myself, so I just did the front camera, and this is not bad. And I realized that I really don't have that many people watching this, so this is great. I currently have like fever aches and then like allergy congestion mixed together, but I don't have the fatigue. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't really have the fatigue, so it's kind of nice. It's just the body aches that I'm trying to get over. Yeah, just going quickly back to the subject, and the summary of the subject is kind of facing the music. And I've said that, I know I repeat myself every podcast. Face the music. I don't remember what movie that was from. Face the music, because it's really it'll save you time in the long run. And if you're not gonna do it for the other person, do it for yourself. Like, rip that bandaid. And like I said earlier, it's not like I should be ripping the bandaid right now, but I got no excuse, man. I'll be fine. I was in San Francisco and Santa Cruz and Carmel and that area for Monterey Car Week. If you don't know what that is, maybe I'll put a photo here and there. Ball of a time. Definitely doing it again next year. I got really lucky and got a cheap stay. But the experiences, I would much rather plan a little bit more, even though I kind of wung it. My favorite part was not the sadly. Not the 10, 20, $30 million cars I got to see, but walking out on the beach in Santa Cruz, like right when sunset and after sunset during dusk, I was like, this is the most calming feeling ever. And I did it during dusk just because it was timing was right, whatever. But I had my headphones on and I was listening to Yeet, and I'm like, oh, this is great. But then I took a few minutes to take them off and just sat there and I stared. I'm like, the sound of the waves. You know, it also reminds me, I wish I would have made a podcast while I was down there. It would have been a little more fitting, but you got to remember that the sun comes up every day anyways. Even if you're sad, even if you're angry, and you want the world to end, you're going to wake up and that sun's still going to be there. Those waves are still going to crash. And just, if you ever get the chance, go out to the ocean, stand there like an old Asian man with your hands behind your back, and just think how small you are compared to the stars above you, if it's dark, and the water in front of you. It's so large and you are so small, and there's so little to be worried about. And like, it's just such a peaceful feeling knowing that everything's okay and you're still right there in that moment. You're still right there. There's nothing to be scared of. Life is as you are. If you're happy, it's happy. If you're sad, it's sad. And it's okay to let things happen sometimes. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to push that feeling away for a minute. But you have to come back to reality and face the music. Face the music. And I hope that you have a great day. I hope to see you again soon. I hope to actually make another podcast soon. There was like 7 or 8 minutes of me just yapping that I got cut off, so I'm hoping that I'll remember that on the next one. And I put that on. I will go get my monster. My monster's still over there. All right. Peace.